Assalamu alaikum. Hello. Yesterday I described daily routine. Today we add a powerful tool, frequency words. Words that say how often we do things. They make your speaking richer and more natural. And tell me one thing that you do every day. Tell me in comment. Say one thing that you do every day, such as I have given example. I always drink tea. Before going further, first a quick review what we studied in last lecture. First, I get up at 6 o'clock. Then I have breakfast at 7:30 a.m. Later in the evening, I come back from office at 6 p.m. And finally, I go to bed at 10 o'clock. Yesterday, you learned what you do each day. So today, we shall learn that how often you do it. A quick game, I say an activity, you say how often do you it. If I ask you how many times you take exercise in a week, how many times you cook in a week, and do you read daily? So for these answers, you have to use adverb of frequency. And if you want to know what is adverb and what are types of adverb, then you need to watch my other video regarding adverb. There I have explained adverb and all types of adverb. So today you will learn frequency words like always, never, almost, and you will learn to put them in the right place in a sentence. And you can ask and answer as well. How often do you? And you have to talk about your habits. So think and share one sentence. What do you do every day? What do you never do? Just think it about and speak it loudly. So this is a frequency ladder from 100% to 0%. Always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, never. I always drink tea in the morning, or I always take tea in the morning. And at last, I never eat before bed. Okay, so this is the percentage, such as if I say always, it's mean that I do that work on daily basis. And if I use never, it's mean I never did that thing. So here are activities. We'll talk about exercise, cook, read, watch TV, call family. A hobby is something you enjoy in your free time, and the meanings always is every time means 100%. Usually is used for most times. Often is many times. Sometimes is about half. Rarely is almost never. Like if you do any work once in a week, so it's mean that you do rarely. And never belongs to zero. So have a look on it. So you will use frequency words before the main verb, like I always get up early. She usually walks. We sometimes cook. And after the verb be, like is, are, am, was, were, you will use adverb of frequency, like I am always tired. He is never late. They are often busy. If you use frequency words before main verb, what is main verb? Base verb, verb first form. If you use before verb first form, then it will come after subject. And if you are using after is, are, am, was, were, okay, then their position will be changed. So once a week, twice a week, three times a week, and every day. So these are the words that are used at the last of sentence, like I go to the gym once in a week. I go to the gym twice a week. I go to the gym three times in a week. And I go to the gym every day. So when I speak, try to speak after me. So if you have to ask someone, okay, your questions can be changed, and you will ask, how often do you exercise? And he can answer, I exercise twice a week. Next, how often do you cook? I usually cook every day. So if someone asks how often, it's mean asks about frequency. So this is a practice of person A and person B. Person A, how often do you exercise? Person B, I exercise twice a week. And you, person A, I never exercise, but I always walk. Person B, how often do you cook? Person A, I usually cook every day. Person B, me too. I love cooking. So it is your turn. You have to use adverb of frequency here. Okay. So native speakers stress the verb and say the frequency word quickly, like I usually go. Usually is fast. Go is strong. Repeat. I always drink tea. I never eat late. Okay. I sometimes cook dinner. So smooth and natural. So for these sentences, you have to give some answers like how often do you exercise? How often do you read books? How often do you watch TV? How often do you call your family? You have to speak these answers in a loud voice. So this is a practice that you will do after. So here are five adverb of frequency words like always, usually, sometimes, rarely, and never. You have to use these words into your own sentences, and by sequence you will mention number one, number two, number three, number four, and number five. And this is a quiz that you have to give answer. So let's fix the most common thing. Some people make mistake. I go always to work. No, the correct would be I always go to work. She always is happy. No, she's always happy. I cook every day usually. I usually cook every day. How often you exercise? No. When how comes, so we shall also use helping verb like do. How often do you exercise? So I often read. She's never late. We usually cook. So this is a fluency challenge. First, you have to describe your habits in 45 seconds. Okay. You will use always and usually. And when you will go on to the round two for 60 seconds, then you will also use frequency words like always, usually, and sometimes. And when you go with 90 seconds, you have to use always, usually, sometimes, and twice a week. So after these practices, you will be more able to use adverb or frequency words in your communication, and your communication will be more natural. So this is a homework that you have to make. Write 5 true sentences. Use different frequency words each time. Prepare 3 how often. And you have to explain your habits for 60 to 90 seconds. So this is it for today. I hope after some practices you will be more able to make your work very well. So bye for now.